What's up, guys? It's your boy here, Young V, shooting you another great video filled with great content like always. Always excited, always just ready to just do this thing. You know what I mean? Just ready to just go out and share this great knowledge out there, and just excited to just keep kicking butt every day is what we do, right? That's what we do as Young Alpha Kings, right? Obviously, this channel, as a male-oriented channel, this is for men. I'm sure there's some women that subscribe and watch as well, which is fine. But this is to help men to become the best version of themselves, so they know who they are, whose they are, and find their greatest potential within that. So today's topic on video, something I've been thinking about. I was in my bed earlier, and I was thinking about this. I'm like, that'd be a great video to shoot. And it's something on the lines of basically called thought power. And we all have this thing called thought power. We all want to make sure that we're utilizing it. A lot of the times I believe we're conditioned not to utilize thought power. Thought power is something where I like to think of it as like, using what you've been given and to find who you deserve and who you're intending to be, who you're molding yourself into becoming. I kind of an epiphany that hit me earlier today, and this is why I wanted to talk about this subject, is because it's incredible how thought power is in your life. Our thoughts, we think when we think of our thoughts, and our thoughts portray how we are in life. So we typically go by only what we think that we know of, or we only know what we know, right? We don't know anything else other than what we are aware of and what we've been exposed to. But have you ever been exposed to how the way you think? That's the question I want to ask you. Have you ever been exposed on how the way you think, right? You've been exposed on how education teaches you to think. You've been exposed on how maybe people you're associated with help you how to think. Maybe you've been around other people who've thought other thoughts that you've adopted to believe those are your thoughts. But have you ever thought about how the way you actually think? And I actually had to take a step back. And I've been on this journey for over 4.5 years. But I'm just smitten by it, because I'm like, wow, have I ever thought about just the way I think about how I think? And the biggest thing I can think of is, like I said, an epiphany hit me, where my story is just basically growing up, having ADD, stuff like that. All of us, I think a lot of people have ADD. I don't even know it. They just haven't had anything to clinically provide that. But anyway, it's another story. It's a very interesting topic and very interesting thing. A reason why I say this is because when it comes to the thoughts you think, I'm talking about you as an individual and how you think and how you're programmed to operate, and what God gave you as a gift and your potential, and how to open those gifts up and use those gifts. That's a journey, right? And school can't teach you that. They can give you knowledge, but I believe there's a point in life where you have to discover these things out on your own. There's a point to where you have to figure out your life's purpose and who you are called to be. The reason why I was bringing up, ADD and stuff like that is because, the world will have you conditioned and labeled that you are this certain person, that you are this certain way, whether you're a fast thinker or a slow thinker, right? I believe God has designed you to be exactly who you're supposed to be and exactly the way you should be. Now, it's easier said than done. It's easy. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm very special. Yes, but I'm talking about going a little bit deeper. Yes, you're special. We're all special individually, but I'm talking about how you actually think and process your thoughts and how you actually think. When you actually go deeper, you start to realize that no one's like you. You're your own individual. No one thinks how you think. There's people who are similar, but no one thinks how you think, which is a beautiful thing. But in order for you to reach those depths of thought, I guess you have to have a lot of self-reflection. You have to really dive in and figure out and pull apart the pieces on who you are. And once you do that, your whole world changes. Your whole perspective on things change, and people and you and your things taste different. Things are different when it comes to being around people. And that's the biggest gift I can tell you guys, is that when it comes to finding who you are, it is a journey in itself, but know that it's worth it, because when you're going through the fires of life, it's going to be tough. But like I said, I'm just excited and grateful to be able to find who I am and know who I am. And that epiphany hit me because I'm supposed to be this way. Meaning, like, how I think of things slower and how I am processing things is perfect. Because I need to digest things the way I need to digest them. That way, I can function the best way possible, how I am created to be. Sounds simple. Again, this is all simple, practical things. But here we are in our system, in our society, where we're taught, because we have communicators or educators out there. Educators take things that are complicated or simple, take things that are simple and make them complicated. Communicators, okay, take things that are complicated and simplify them. So therefore, you can understand why you think the way you think and why you process the thoughts you think. So therefore, you have a clear perspective. All it is lack of perspective on things. It's nothing special. It's nothing groundbreaking. We, as I believe, Americans lack perspective. The more perspective we have, the more clarity we have, the more understanding we have, not only about ourselves, but others as well. As it is just a lack of perspective. Once those perspectives open up, your mind begins to grow, right? You begin to grow your capacity, right? And that's important as well. You know, it's not our abilities that hold us, it's our capacity. What is capacity? Capacity obviously is how much you're able to handle. It's not your ability, it's your capability, I should say. Your ability versus your capability. Your capability is just your capacity, ability to be able to hold on to what you're processing, which takes time, But we, I believe, we're conditioned, but we should also understand that most of us don't know who we are because we haven't even gone on that self journey yet to discover who we are. It's incredible when you're able to take a step back and figure out what you're called to do, who you are. You release all the labels. You're proud to be who you are. Whether you're someone who, like I said before, is a quick thinker, slower thinker, it doesn't matter because everybody's designed and supposed to be the way they're supposed to be, exactly the way that they are, because God created you. God doesn't create junk. God created you for a reason, exactly the way that you are. So there's a purpose and a reason for that. The trick is, that's your job to figure out what that purpose and reason is. That's really not God's job. It's your job to figure out what that purpose and reason is by getting more perspective in others. So you can unlock this and find out who you really are and be able to have clarity in a lot of things. Like my boy E said, have clarity. Clarity is huge with that. That's the whole perspective thing, and giving you clarity, so you then therefore can clear your lens of life and have a better perspective and better view and see things bigger and better. It's like having glasses. Like, you don't have glasses, and then once you put glasses on, your whole world changes, right? So you want to make sure that you're pay attention to your eyesight, so to speak, so you can make sure you can take care of the things that you need to take care of that matter. So you can have a better perspective on life, have a very clear vision on life and what you're doing, who you are, where you're going, in the path that is before you. So, but it's exciting, guys. But know that your greatness is within you, and it is a process. This isn't gonna be like, oh, I get it overnight. It's gonna take a little bit of time. It's gonna be a little journey. You're gonna go through some bumps and ugly things that you didn't know about yourself, and you have to go through it. You have to go through it and grow through it. It's just a way of life. Just like when a baby falls, it doesn't sit there and cry on itself. It gets up and does it again until the baby begins to learn how to walk. It doesn't cry. I say, I guess this isn't going to work. No, it gets back up and does it again. We've all done that. We're all babies at one point. So somewhere along the way, we forgot that learning cycle. We forgot that process of growth. We allowed the regime or the system to condition us and label us, and to fall into the mental traps that are out there, and to hold us from our greatest potential. But this is the age of entrepreneur, guys. This we should be building, not trading. We should be building our lives. Our lives should be, and that means externally and more importantly internally. We should be building our lives. This is a new era. This is a whole new chapter in our history. I believe this is gonna shape our country. This whole COVID thing, there's so many things that are going to happen from this. It's just, I believe that are great things that are come. Unfortunately, things that have passed, but things that are going to come through all this. So, but anyways, guys, love you guys. I'm always fired up, always excited, and yeah, like and subscribe, please, guys. Don't just leave us hanging. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your family. This is a movement. We're working hard, making sure things happen, and giving the best version of ourselves to you guys, because you guys deserve it. And you gentlemen on this channel are worth it. This is for men, not boys, not males, for men. So anyways, guys, you guys be safe, take care, and like I always say, you just got hit with a little alphadonia. Peace. Bye.